declared. I want to see a balance sheet of NDDC that is bankable, something you can take to phrase him, for instance, and collect a major loan to build a factory or an industry to employ people as part of what we must put in place, which is the post-amnesty initiative.
The former governor of Anambra State, Chief Peter Obi, has berated the federal government for the rising debt profile of Nigeria and its consequences for the nation's economy in the future. The former governor said this in an interview with journalists at the Oyo State Governor's office shortly after paying a courtesy visit on Governor Seyi Makinde in company of management of Dominican University, Ibadan. Chief Peter Obi explained that the current rate of borrowing by the federal government has become worrisome, particularly as the debts were being incurred for consumption rather than investment, noting that the misapplication of loans collected by federal government has worsened the nation's economic situation.
That is bad when it's strongly applied. If you borrow for investment, that is not bad. But if you borrow for consumption, that is bad. And Nigeria is borrowing for consumption. Everybody, I've said it everywhere, they've claimed the debts being borrowed are being invested. But I'm saying, where is investment? And you could see clearly. Because if you have invested it, the economy would have been doing better. But the economy is worse, which means the money you borrowed, you threw it away.
While reacting to forthcoming governorship election in Anambra, Chief Obi harped on the need for free and fair elections in the state and Nigeria in the 2023 general elections. He equally urged Nigerians not to be deterred by present situations in the country, but collaborate in building credibility as well as integrity while reducing criminality in governance. The Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, PENGASAN, has called on the federal government to ensure that adequate security measures are put in place as the new Petroleum Industry Act is expected to bring in more investors. Speaking during the union officials' visit to the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Hakeem Odumosu, as part of the union security campaign in Lagos, the chairman, PENGASAN, Lagos Zone, Comrade A.M. Abeng, said all over the world the fight against security challenge is the responsibility of every citizen, and that of the country would not be different. Abeng commended the Lagos State Police Command for its recent achievements to curtail insecurity in the state, most especially during the COVID-19 lockdown and the NSARS. Abeng said the union was ready to collaborate with the police command to ensure that there is adequate security in the state, saying that all hands must be on deck. The acting managing director, Nigerian Ports Authority (NPA), Mr. Mohammed Bello Koko, has sought the support of the police and navy to end the incessant attacks on vessels, barges, operators, and port facilities. Bello Koko made the appeal during a meeting with the security personnel in Lagos. He said there was an urgent need for the security agencies to assist the authority in addressing the rising cases of attacks on vessels, barge operators, and other port facilities, especially around the war fronts and the channel areas. He urged the AIG to assist NPA in addressing the persistent complaints by stakeholders over extortion, illegal mounting of roadblocks by security operators, associations and unions operating along the Lagos Seaport corridors. The NPA chief congratulated the new AIG on his recent elevation and assured him of their support to work together and to improve existing relationship between the authority and the police high command. Now, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, has investment in gas-fired combined cycle power plants to produce at least 5,000 megawatts additional powers. Its group managing director, Malam Mele Kiari, broke the news while signing for the execution of the engineering, procurement and construction and equipment procurement contracts for a 50 megawatts emergency power project in Maiduguri, Borno State. He said NNPC is therefore seeking the cooperation of all stakeholders, especially General Electric and China Machinery Engineering Company, to ensure timely delivery of the single cycle by December 2021 and the combined cycle by first quarter of 2022. Speaking at the virtual contract signing event, Kyari explained that the corporation, through its subsidiary, NNPC Gas and Power Plant Investment Company, that's the NGPIC, decided to intervene in the Maiduguri power situation by undertaking the project, which will be fired with liquefied natural gas and run commercially. Now, the Rivers State Governor, Mr. Nyesom Wike, has signed into law bills on value-added tax collection, VAT, open grazing prohibition in the state. Governor Wike, who spoke shortly after signing the bills into law at the Government House, Port Harcourt, said that the judgment of the Federal High Court sitting in Port Harcourt had sufficiently addressed the illegality perpetrated by the Federal Inland Revenue Services, the FIRS, on behalf of the federal government in the collection of VAT in states. The signed bills were recently passed by the Rivers State House of Assembly. The governor pointed out that when agencies of the federal government are allowed to illegally demand and collect taxes meant for the state government to collect, they strangulate the state financially and turn them to be beggars. Governor Wike pointed out that his concern is on establishing whose duty it is to collect VAT and the constitutionality of such position before talking about who is going to suffer or not.
First of all, the issue is who is responsible or whose duty it is to collect VAT. Let's talk about the constitutionality of it first. What you are doing has nothing to do with party. It doesn't matter whether you're APC or you're in PDP. By the grace of God, the greatest beneficiary of this will be APC state, like Lagos, like Ogun State. But, of course, we shouldn't say because they are going to benefit more. But what is the law? We must obey what the law says.
Well, that's it on Business Splash for today on Splash 105.5 FM, your integrity station. Don't forget to join us next week for another edition. Good morning. Thank you for listening. I'm Ronke Giwa Onafuwa.
Quick, charge at 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station. We educate, that's why we are respected. We inform, that's why we are loved. More music, we are the best. The Integrity Station. Splash, splash,
105.5.
We've got the city on lockdown.
Got my own city that I hold down.
We are Splash 105.5.
What's up, y'all? This is Eminem.
Read my lyrics off of this paper before I leave.